Matt, there was kind of a noticeable difference at times tonight when Nojo was in the game and when he wasn't. Just what have you seen him? How has he come along to have that kind of an impact on a game?
Well, I think first of all, Taylor Persons is a tough cover. He's strong. He can get you off balance, shoot threes, get in the lane, and kind of similar to what we talked about earlier. Nojo did such a good job against Tony Carr. I think guys like Tony Carr in Persons. They use their size on people. I mean, if you can match that size, and then you can be persistent, you're going to have more of a chance to stop him. I thought he did a really good job in the second half. And I don't know how much he got scored on when he guarded him. I think other people did in that first half. But, he's a good player. Taylor Persons is a good player. And you just got to give him a lot of attention and try to wear him down. I thought Nojo did a good job with that tonight.
Matt, Ball State coach was in here a second ago, and he was talking about just Matt Harms and some of your fives, the challenges they present when they stretch you out. Just what did you see today in terms of that along those lines?
Yeah, I thought we got really good production from Harms and Boudreaux. If you combine their minutes for 40 minutes and they score 30 points and get 14 rebounds, that's pretty productive. If one guy did that, that would he'd be the player of the game. And they're both doing it, playing half the game. And so, I thought they did a good job. I thought more than anything, our whole team did a good job of just when shots went up, just giving a good effort to get on the offensive glass. I thought that was more of a key for us, getting those extra possessions. You beat them on the glass, and then you have fewer turnovers. Even though you struggle shooting the basketball, you're still going to give yourself a pretty good chance.
Can you just speak to what Matt can be offensively? I mean, in this game alone, he makes a three, he gets a couple screen and roll dunks, but you're also, looks like you're making efforts to get him the ball with his back to the basket in the lane. Just that sort of multi-layered threat.
Yeah, trying to have balance, with him. Obviously, a lot of people are going to give attention to Carson Edwards and Klein. So you have to be able to get some slips, you have to get some dives. If people overdo it, you got to get some re-screens. And with that, now those guys can get good position or they can get pops for jump shots. So, just trying to get our whole team just to make good decisions and be efficient and take what the defense gives us. So, Matt isn't a kind of a quintessential low post player, but he can still score in the low post. You saw tonight when he got in there and he got his balance. He was really successful. A couple of times he catches the ball and he's pretty narrow, and then he didn't finish those plays. But when he has balance, he's pretty efficient, in the paint.
Kind of building off of that a little bit, it seemed like you guys went to the screen and roll a lot, especially during the stretch where you guys had that run. Just what did you guys see to show you was going to be that effective, and just how important was that to execution in the second half?
Well, we shoot a lot of threes, and when it doesn't go for you, as long as they're taking good threes, you want to stick with it. But you want to get the ball to the paint. So when the screen and roll was coming, we were really looking to try to attack as much as we could. And whether that person got to the rim or he passed the basketball and got them in a rotation, we still were trying to get the ball to the paint, from those ball screens.
Talk about Nojel's rebounding and how big of a deal it is for a guard, a point guard, any guard to get 9 rebounds in a game.
Yeah, I think you have matchups that make sense to you, and then you have matchups that make sense to you when shots go up. And I think that happens a lot to coaches, is that you like your matchup, but sometimes you're worried if you can keep that guy off the glass. For us, I didn't think we did a great job on containing KJ Walton, but I thought we did a good job of keeping him off the offensive glass. For a guard, he's a guy that can get to the offensive glass, and when Nojel gets picked up by the point guards are notorious for being terrible at boxing out, across the board. And so we always tell him with his size, even though you're a point guard, do good basketball things. And tonight, obviously he got to the glass, and he really gave us a spark. That offensive rebound putback and his defensive effort, I thought really sparked us in the second half.
I don't think he got any credit for any of it because all the shots missed, but Carson seemed to do a pretty good job driving and kicking for 3-pointers.
Yeah.
Are you happy with how he's kind of making decisions in those situations?
Yeah, I thought he did a good job. He had 5 assists tonight, but he probably could have had 10. Just on some of those kicks and those open looks, he didn't go down for us. I know in the second half, he hit Klein a couple times, he hit Grady, and they were good looks, he just didn't go down. But yeah, he's done a good job of when 2-3 people start coming to the basketball, of finding the open man.
Coach, you went on a big scoring run to start the second half after that back and forth first half. What kind of adjustments were made during halftime for you guys?
You know, really just talking about Taylor Persons was really more no adjustments as much as it was personnel based. You know, they banked in the three, they hit a shot clock three. The one thing I thought they did a better job of is, you know, I thought they got to a lot more 50-50 balls. They were a little quicker to the basketball than we were. You know, we had out-rebounded them, but those loose balls, long, you know, rebounds, I thought they were quick to the basketball. So we just talked about that, you know, trying to get more possessions and then just trying to be efficient offensively, you know, get quality shots every time down. But when shots go up, you know, be the aggressor and just, you know, really trying to dominate in the effort category more than anything. And we wanted to make it hard on Taylor Persons, and I think, you know, picking up the ball and making somebody handle the basketball the whole game, I think it wears them down to where it gets to be pretty difficult as the game goes on. I know he's in, you know, much better shape than he was before, but I think that becomes harder and harder as the game progresses, and that's what we really talked about, is just trying to make it as hard as we can on him, and then just keeping those other guys off the glass. And we went into the game not wanting to get Teague and let Teague get going. You know, we wanted to knock it out in the post, not let him get catches, but keep him off the glass and keep him in front of us. And he got in foul trouble, so that obviously helped us too.
That's one right there.
Coach, this is the third straight game so far. We've started out with a slow start, scoring-wise. Where do you look to upon that for future games, and how concerned are you this early in the year with your slow starts?
Yeah, you know, this game, we've only played 2 games. You know, this game, you know, it was 1-0. I thought Matt Harm should have had 6 points. You know, he had the ball at the basket, he got fouled, he made 1 out of 2, and so, you know, if you get a good shot, a lot of times when you coach, and as you go along until you look at the tape, you'll be like, hey man, we're starting off slow, and you go back and say, but we're getting good shots. As long as you can say you're getting good shots, it's okay. But if you're not getting good shots or you're turning the basketball over, then you got to really digest it, try to either make an adjustment in what you're running or, you know, make a change. And so obviously I got to watch the tape, but you know, I think that we get antsy sometimes. Like we get good looks and like we're so eager to do well. I thought our bench really helped us when they subbed in. You know, Aaron Wheeler gets a tip in right away. Bujo gets on the glass right away and gave us a little bit of energy. But I thought we had pretty good looks to start the game. We just didn't knock them down. But I'll see after I watch the tape. All right, thank you.
Thank you.